Good noon to everyone. Today discuss about in the mass transfer operation 1 માં જોઈશું આપણે method of conducting the mass transfer operation. Previous lectureમાં આપણે choice of separation method જોઈ ગયા હતા and direct and indirect contact operations. Okay. Some classification we already discussed કરી ગયા છે. This is the important point. Method of conducting the mass transfer operation. The several some characteristics of this operation influence our method of dealing with the are described in terms which require definition at the start. Okay, now the some point regarding in a mass transfer operation. Now the solute recovery and fractionation basis, it is a compound of a solution and there with some fractionation of this white composition and the different basis some properties. Okay, the solute recovery and fractionation basis પર આપણે જોઈશું ડિટેલમાં. If the component of a solution fall into two distinct groups of quite different some properties, so that one can be imagined that one group of component constitute the several some characteristics જોઈશું આપણે. Dealing with them they are described in the terms of the some method for a mass transfer operation na basis par. Now this is a simple discussion for a solvent and other group the solute. Separation according to this group is usually the part of this relatively easy amount of the solute recovery. So solute removal operation, for example, gas consisting of the methane, pentane and hexane can be imagined to consist of the methane as a solvent. Okay, and the pentane and hexane can be imagined to consist of the methane as a solvent of pentane plus hexane as a solute. Now સિમ્પલી આપણે એક્ઝામ્પલ જોયું માસ ટ્રાન્સફર વનમાં કે શું કહેવા માંગે છે ઇઝ અ સોલ્યુટ રિકવરી ફોર અ ફ્રેક્શનેશન બેસિસ પર. So a gas containing of methane, pentane and hexane as a solute. The solvent and a solute in this case differing considerably. શું કીધું છે? Defined considerably in at least one property or a vapor pressure, and the simple gas absorption operation washing the mixture with a non-volatile hydrocarbon oil will easily provide a new solution of pentane. Okay. The solvent usually the group of the solute separation according to this group. Now simply example gas consisting of methane, pentane and hexane માટે આપણે ડિટેલમાં જોયું. A simple gas absorption operation washing the mixture with a non-volatile hydrocarbon oil will easily provide a new solution of pentane plus hexane in the oil. Essentially methane free and residual methane will be essentially free of pentane and hexane. On the other hand, a solution consisting of pentane and hexane alone cannot be classified so readily. While the component properties differ, the difference are small, and to separate them into the relatively pure component require a different technique. Such a separation are termed fractionation, and in this case we might use the fractionation distillation as the method. Okay, whether a solute recovery અને fractionation procedures છે is used may depend upon the property choose. Properties choose the exploited અને some example છે એના to separate a mixture અને propanol અને butanol from the water by a gas liquid separation and a contacting method which depend on the vapor pressure require the fractionation distillation because the vapor pressure of the component are not greatly different but nearly complete separation. Of the combined alcohol with some from water can be obtained by liquid extraction of the solution with a hydrocarbon using solute recovery method because the solubility of the alcohol as a group and a water is a hydrocarbon is greatly different. Some separations છે એના basis પર propanol from butanol and however some required a fractionation technique fractionation extraction અને fractionation distillation basis છે એના example આપવાના છે આપણે because all their properties are very similar. Okay, now the unsteady state operation જોઈએ આપણે. It is a characteristics of unsteady state operation that concentration at any point in the apparatus change with time. This may be result from changes in a concentration of feed material, flow rate, or coordinations of temperature or pressure. In any cases, batch operation are always of the unsteady state type. In purely batch operation, okay, batch operations and no flow of the any thought. There are many relative motions within the some familiar laboratory extraction procedure of seeking a solution with an immiscible solvent. કોઈ બી એક્ઝામ્પલ લઈ લઈએ આપણે કે સેમી બેચ ઓપરેશન્સ છે એઝ અ વન ફેઝ ઇઝ અ સ્ટેશનરી while the other flows continuously in the out of the apparatus. As an example, we may cite the case of the dryer where a quantity of weak solid is connected continuously with fresh air which carries away the vaporized moisture until the solid in a dry basis. ઓકે, હવે અનસ્ટડી સ્ટેટ ઓપરેશન જોઈએ આપણે. સમ કેરેક્ટરિસ્ટિક્સમાં એવું છે કે સ્ટડી સ્ટેટ ઓપરેશન that the concentration any positions in the apparatus remain constant with a passage of time. This require continuous invariable flow of all phases into and out of the apparatus and the resistance of the flow regime with the apparatus constant concentration of the feed stream and unchanging conditions ના બેઝિસ પર છે અને ટેમ્પરેચર અને પ્રેશર્સના બેઝિસ પર છે. હવે જોઈશું આપણે સ્ટેજ વાઇઝ ઓપરેશન્સ. એ સ્ટેજ વાઇઝ ઓપરેશન્સમાં કોઈ બી પ્રોસેસનો ફ્લો ડાયાગ્રામ હોય એમાં આપણે 1 by 1 સ્ટેપ વાઇઝ કરવામાં આવે. ઓકે, ધીસ ઇઝ ધ સ્ટેજ વાઇઝ ઓપરેશન ફોર મેથડ ઓફ કન્ડક્ટિંગમાં. If two insoluble phases are first allowed to come into contact so that the various diffusing substances can distribute themselves between the phases, and if the phases are then mechanically separated, the entire operation and the equipment required to carry it out said to constitute one stages. And as some example for laboratory batch extraction in a separatory funnel, and the operation can be carried out in the continuous fashion or a batch wise fashion per se. However, for separation requiring greater concentration, the change in a series of stages can be arranged so that the phases flow through the assembled stages from one of the order. Another example in a counter current flow, such an assemblage is called a cascade basis, and in order to establish a standard for the measurement of some performances, and the equilibrium ideal or theoretical gases is defined as one where the influent phases are in equilibrium, so that a longer time of the contact will bring about no additional અને સમ ચેન્જ ઇઝ ધ કોમ્પોઝિશન્સના બેઝિસ પર જવાનું છે. એ સ્ટેજ વાઇઝ ઓપરેશનમાં શું હોય? ફર્સ્ટ, સેકન્ડ અને થર્ડ મેન પ્રોસેસ વાઇઝ. ઓકે, નાવ કન્ટિન્યુઅસ કોન્ટેક્ટ ઓપરેશનમાં જોઈશું આપણે. હવે કન્ટિન્યુઅસ કોન્ટેક્ટમાં ઓપરેશનમાં કેવું હોય? ઇઝ અ 24 hour કન્ટિન્યુઅસ પ્રોસેસ. 26 hour બી હોઈ શકે. એમાં આપણે જોવાનું છે કોઈ બી કેસ ફેસ ફ્લો હોય, ઇક્વિપમેન્ટને કન્ટિન્યુઅસ બેઝિસ પર they initiate contact throughout without repeated physically separation and recontacting. The nature of the method require then the some operation to be either semi-batch or steady state and resulting changes હોય. Its a composition may be equivalent to that given by a fractions of an ideal stages or by any stages equilibrium between the two phases at any position in the system. The result will be equivalent to be effect of an infinite number of the stages. And the essential differences between stage wise contact, the operation contact continuous operations में જોઈએ. They can be summarized in the case of the stage wise operation and the diffusional. The flow of matter between the phases is allowed to reduce the concentration difference and a concentration gradient in a method of the mass transfer conducting operations. Okay, this is the cause of the flow, and if allowed to continue long enough, an equilibrium is established after which no further diffusional flow occurs. The rate of diffusion and the time then the determined stage efficiencies. The realize in any particular situation. On the other hand, in continuous contact operation and the between the phase may continue without interruptions, and some diffusional flow between the phase may continue without interruptions. અને સમ મેથડ છે એના દ્વારા જે પ્રેક્ટિકલી આપણે રિયલાઇઝ કરીશું ધ હાઈ સ્ટેજ એફિશિયન્સીના બેઝિસ પર. ઓકે, ધીસ ઇઝ અ રિલેટિવલી ઇનએક્સપેન્સિવ પ્લાન્ટ અને સમ પરફોર્મન્સના બેઝિસ પર. એન્ડ ધ પ્રિડિક્ટેડ અ લો સ્ટેજ એફિશિયન્સી and the other hand maybe make the continuous contact method more desirable for reason for cost and certainty. ઓકે, અને ડિઝાઇન ઓફ પ્રિન્સિપલ છે તે આપણે નેક્સ્ટ લેક્ચરમાં જોઈશું. ઓકે, થેન્ક યુ.